G Herbo's arrest linked to NLMB J Dog passing away. NLMB J Dog has suspiciously passed away after dissing G Herbo, and now the feds have officially placed G Herbo under arrest, as he is under heavy investigation. This beef started when G Herbo said he doesn't want to be involved in the streets anymore and is sick and tired of bailing out his neighborhood homies every time they get into trouble. Of course, his old friend J Dog had a lot to say about it and took to his social media to diss G Herbo. As many of us know already, these two were going back and forth for a little while, and the tension between them was heavy. Then, boom, J Dog randomly gets taken out and loses his life in broad day. A lot of people were quick to point their finger at G Herbo, claiming he was responsible for the hit. But there's also a group of people that think the ops took advantage of the moment to make it look like it was G Herbo's responsibility. I guess nobody knows the truth, but what we do know is G Herbo has been arrested and is under investigation. If guilty, he can be facing life in prison. There's obviously a lot to get into with all that's going on in the industry and all of the reactions to NLMB J Dog randomly passing away. But today we'll mainly be sticking to G Herbo's arrest linked to NLMB J Dog passing away, because this is the talk of the town. Recently, NLMB J Dog, who was known on the east side of Chicago and part of the same NLMB circle as G Herbo, sadly passed away. And immediately, the internet detectives came out like CSI Twitter, pointing the finger straight at G Herbo. Yeah, because obviously when anyone passes away in Chicago, people don't think tragic loss. They think, let's run a conspiracy thread about who pulled the strings. Now, let's rewind. Who is J Dog and how did he even know G Herbo? They weren't strangers. They were literally from the same NLMB crew. If you don't know, NLMB stands for Never Leave My Brothers, or depending on who you ask, No Limit Muskegon Boys. Basically, it was a neighborhood alliance mixing two groups that grew up together in Chicago's east side. These guys weren't just associates. They were childhood friends who went through the same environment, the same trenches, and the same everyday chaos. That's why people are side-eyeing G Herbo now, because when beef pops off inside a family, everyone starts playing the blame game. So how did NLMB even start? Picture a group of kids in Chicago who were basically forced to survive together, forming the bond that was deeper than just music. NLMB became less of a crew and more of a lifestyle. For G Herbo, it was his identity. He's been repping NLMB since day one, long before the record deals and luxury fits. If you heard early Herb tracks, it was all about loyalty, brotherhood, and holding down his side. That's what made him so respected in the city. But here's the problem. Street life doesn't come with a retirement plan. It comes with loss, paranoia, and a ton of enemies. And that's exactly why G Herbo has been trying to step away from all that. You can literally see it in his interviews. He'll talk about trauma, how many funerals he's had to go to, and how many brothers he's lost. And let's not forget, his name stays wrapped up in all the legal trouble. Every other year, it feels like G Herbo's in court for something. Fraud allegations, strap charges, you name it. Street ties don't just vanish when you sign a record deal. They follow you like an unpaid parking ticket. So, while the internet points fingers at G Herbo like he personally orchestrated J Dog's passing, the reality is way more complicated. This is the ripple effect of Chicago street politics. It's messy, it's sad, and it's the exact reason why Herb is out here trying to break away. Because every time he makes progress in the industry, the streets pull him back in with another headline. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one rapper versus another. It's about a cycle. NLMB gave G Herbo an identity, but it also gave him scars he'll never get rid of. And that's why you see him now focusing on music, his family, and building something beyond the block. But the streets, they don't forget.